Hey everyone, welcome back to the Fired Up Live Show. This is take two of episode 367. For those of you who were watching earlier on, I got cut because I had to deal with something. I had to deal with certain realities. In other words, there was an urgent matter to attend to. But hey guys, thanks for logging in. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, what's up? Our topic today is about facing realities and creating better opportunities. What does it mean when we talk about realities? Often we connote that as our problems, our difficulties, our struggles, and a lot of times we don't want to face them. We want to run away from our realities, and we're in this state of unacceptance. Okay, so we need to face and accept our realities, but this is what we don't talk about often, that there are opportunities amidst those realities. And we want to discover that in today's show. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for being here. And hey, please put in the comments where you're watching this from, what country you're watching this. If it's your first time, just put there first time. And please share this to your profile so more and more people will get fired up today. What's up? What's up? Hey, you're right. So the Fired Up Life is all about getting you motivated and focused in pursuing your dreams and living out your faith. It's all about motivation for work and life. And this show is made possible by our fired up patrons. If you want to be one of our patrons, just go to patreon.com/fired up life. And of course, the Fired Up Life show is available every Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. And yes, those are my intros. And let's get it on. Let's talk about our topic, facing realities and creating better opportunities because of these realities, no? Because we choose to embrace our difficulties and solve our problems. All right. So, what are your realities, guys? Ayan, baka pwede kayong makakontribute sa comments. What are the realities that you are facing? The reality of gas prices, high commodity prices, and yung mga realidad ng ating bansa, ng ating mundo, right? Ever since the Ukraine and Russia conflict, things got more expensive. Those are some of our realities. Okay, so, and there are also our own realities, diba? Our personal realities. So let's find out more about that. So facing reality, different ones. The realities in our relationships, the realities and struggles in our families, the realities and struggles in our workplace, right? And we don't want to talk about these realities. We wanna sometimes get stuck in the clouds. Kumbaga, no, we have big dreams, but often these dreams are dreamt without acknowledging certain realities in our lives. So we want to face our realities. We want to embrace it. We want to be that action person who have who has the courage to actually do something about a certain situation. 'Di ba? Kasi what would be our tendency as human beings? Our tendency would be to run away from the pain, okay, and run towards pleasure. That is our default. But when we say face reality, parang ano siya, it's a little bit of uh, out of our comfort zones. And pwede nating sabihin, wag na lang natin pag-usapan itong mga bagay na to, okay? And when we hear this word, real talk, ayan, na-real talk ako ni kuya, na-real talk ako ng speaker, ayan. So when I hear this, na-real talk ako, that means, wow, it really hit me, and that is the situation of my life, and I don't know if I'm gonna do something about it or not, pero na-real talk ka, di ba? So, what does getting a real talk mean? No? So, let's have a real talk pag nagwa one-on-one. No? And you are now facing certain realities. You are identifying certain problems in your life and taking responsibility in these things instead of uh, negating these things and deflecting these things in our lives. So, real talk po. We need this sometimes in our lives so that we can be actually more positive. Positive in a sense that not positivity in terms of neglecting the real problems, but positivity that you can do something about the realities of our lives. Okay, so Chanel was saying here, don't spend time beating on a wall, hoping to transform it into a door. There are times really na what we're doing, maybe you've been doing that for a very long time and you keep on, shall we say, beating on a wall, but nothing's really happening. Perhaps it's not the right fit for you. Maybe that's just the reality of it. Maybe your talent is best put into something else. And that can be an opportunity. But if we don't face the reality, if we don't accept certain things, then we will have a more difficult time. No, we are actually being stubborn when it comes to that. So sabi nga dito, di ba, hoping to transform it into a door, no? We keep on beating on a wall. So that's a business perspective or a life perspective from this designer, Chanel. Mga social, mga sina Chanel. All right. So what is it that you're spending a long time with already, and you're hoping that it will become miraculously transform overnight, 'di ba? Parang minsan ayan yung reality natin na hindi nagwo-work tong isang bagay. And hey, it's not so bad if you realize that it's not working. That only goes to show that you can do something else. You can pursue something else. You can discover other things. Okay? So, discern. Para nga ba sa'yo yan? Para nga pa dyan ka ba talaga na nilagay ni Lord? Baka we were sometimes being like that guy who was eaten up by the whale, Jonah. Di ba? May pinapagawa si Lord sa kanya. Stubborn siya. Ayaw niyang sundin. So, he was told to go to Nineveh, but he didn't want. So, eventually the Lord got his way and he was able to transform the people there. All right? So, ayan po. Let's discern these also. That's pambalanse naman natin this one also, no? So that faith is facing reality without being discouraged by it. Okay? So, yan yung isang take din ng faith na pag ikaw ay a person of faith, you look at the problem and you actually say challenge accepted. I have God in me. I have God at my side. And we will take this on with full faith, with full courage. Okay, so if you have God with you, you have that confidence, you have that bravery. Okay, so ayan, that is one way to look at our faith. Na may mga realities pero kakayanin natin to. Now I have the faith and I have the backing of a big God to face these realities. All right. So that's a positive way to look at it. And another perspective here is from the salesblog.com. It says here, maybe in a more business perspective, facing reality means taking action even when, especially when, finding the way is difficult. Okay, so you have roadblocks uh, sa harap mo, you have roadblocks in front of you, and a lot of times we get discouraged. No, a lot of times we say wag na lang. No, then when you say face the reality in this context, yan yung reality. Okay, let's solve that reality, the reality of low sales, the reality of uh, the business not moving forward, the reality of the problem with manpower. Ayan yung sinasabi na reality. All right, it's taking action, especially when finding the way is difficult. No, lalo ka dapat na ma-challenge. Pag mahirap, ma-challenge ka. All right? So, that's a perspective, another perspective in terms of facing reality. No, we don't run away from it, we face it. We become brave in facing it. And hey, it takes a bit of push, internal push, and it takes a lot of prayers to face these realities also. So I want to talk about these two aspects today: realities into opportunities. That means, hey, you have your problems, you have your realities, you have your situation in life, namomroblema ka, you're not achieving the success you wanted to achieve, no? Parang ganyan ang sitwasyon. Now, you want to turn that into an opportunity. Okay? Okay, you have that problem, but maybe that problem is something that you need to overcome so you can turn it into an opportunity in the future, right? And we want to turn those opportunities into realities, di ba? So you discovered a new opportunity, then it became a reality. probably this is the story of my life. No, I transitioned from missionary work into business work, and I had to face realities to really build up my family and to prepare for their future. Ayan po, no? So I transitioned and became an entrepreneur. And because of my struggles in that transition time, I had a little bit of a like a quarter life or midlife crisis at that time. Then, that story became the opportunity that led to write the Fired Up Life. Okay. So the reason why I'm advocating the fired up life, because there was a time in my life that I wasn't fired up. I was lost, confused, and trying to find my way, trying to find my purpose. So that reality that I had about what 6 7 years ago became an opportunity for me, and now I have two books on the Fired Up Life, the Fired Up Life and 365 Fired Up Days, and now I have a Fired Up Life show, and I have Fired Up University, which you guys can be part of. That's another opportunity, right? So how do you make these opportunities into realities? And that is the way, So yung realities mo na context is the problem, then it became an opportunity, then yung opportunity naging totoo. It became real. So that would be our exciting discovery for today. Please share this. Hello, Joff. Thanks for being here. Awesome, awesome. I acknowledge your presence in this show. For those of you who are watching this, ayan, no, just type there where you're watching this from. Make your presence known. Become real in the show. Ayan. So let me hear your voices. Ayan. Let me see your faces and your names there. All right. Okay. So I'm gonna share with you 5 ways to create opportunities out of our realities. Ayan. So if you're all fired up, if you're all excited for this show, ayan po. This is actually take number 2. And hey, thank you for those who actually stayed tuned or who stuck it out. But hey, if you're ready, just type there sa ating what you call this, ating comment section, fired up to create opportunities. Yan, opportunities out of our realities. Ang haba, no? So, but anyway, just do that. And pag may isa sa inyo nag-type ng ganito, fired up to create opportunities out of our realities. Ayan. So, let me just edit that a bit. There you go. So, let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get fired up. Ayan. So, type that, fired up to create opportunities out of our realities. Kung sino man dyan ang fired up, pag may isa dyang nag-type nito, let's go. Uusad na ang ating bangka, ang ating trend for that. So, I'm gonna share with you these 5 ways. Or kung mahaba para sa inyo, just type there, fired up. All right, alrighty. Ayan po. So let me see who are present in today's Fired Up Live show. All right. Okay, so naalala ko po, no? Probably what the times that we are looking for opportunities, diba? Realization coming from our own problems, diba? That's an opportunity. An opportunity means that there is a problem that you can solve for others. Ayan, no? And you want to make the most out of that realization. No, may problema ka, then na-solve mo, then it became an opportunity that you were able to build up. Hey, what's up, Joff? Thanks, no? Create opportunities out of our realities. Si Rachel Din is here, fired up to create opportunities out of our realities. This is the longest tagline that I've created so far. So, hey, thanks, guys, for being fired up and for responding to this call to action. Okay, so the first way is you are in that reality for a purpose. Yun yung unang way. Meaning you have to seek the opportunity of discovering your purpose. When we are at the most difficult times in our lives, oftentimes we become very prayerful. Oftentimes we become extra dependent on God. And when we have these conversations with God, when we are amidst our realities, merong clarity na nangyayari. There are certain clarities that are uh, revealed in our struggles, in our realities. For example, you are in that difficult situation, then what has caused that difficult situation? And you realize that yun pala ang dapat kong iwasan. Yun pala ang mga dapat kong hindi gawin ulit. Now, you are in that situation because of certain decisions, and you look back on your decisions and say, oh nga, no, this is a consequence of certain decisions that I had. And those decisions probably were right decisions, but the follow-through was terrible. Ayan, no? So nagkaroon ng problema. Now, when you uh, got, when you are in that problem, when you are immersed in that situation, then, paano ba to? Paano ba to simulan? Paano ba to isolve? Diba? Yun yung unang tinatanong natin. Paano ba natin isolve ito? Then when you're actually able to create a solution out of it, then that solution you can offer to others. So it's called pain to purpose. Diba? Reality to purpose. Yun kasi napakahalaga muna. What is the purpose? What was the purpose of your difficulty? Now, maybe you had this difficulty years ago. Then you look back. What was the purpose na pinagdaanan ko to? Now, if you look at the life of Jesus, what was the purpose of Good Friday? So that there will be Easter Sunday. If I look at the purpose of my transition from mission work to business, my struggles that came with it, the purpose was that the fired up life is born. What was the purpose when I was in college and I was discerning and I felt the calling to be a missionary at that time? The purpose, therefore, was to serve more people. And there I met my wife. You know, the realities that we go through, whether positive realities or negative realities, have a purpose. In the end, i-reveal ni Lord yan. I mean, as you go along in your journey, that clarity becomes achieved in certain phases in our lives. So what is your purpose? Tanungin mo sarili mo, Lord, bakit ba ako dumadaan sa reality na to? Bakit ba, Lord, nahihirapan ako sa, for example, finances? Bakit ba, Lord, nahihirapan ako ngayon sa relationships? Ano ba ang magiging purpose nito, Lord, sa aking buhay? Okay? So maybe you're in that reality, but you are actually in a transition. You're in a transition to discovering new things. Okay, di ba? For something to grow, like a seed, for a seed to grow, it has to crack. Pag yung seed na crack, lalabas na yung seedling. Now, sometimes we have to go through these cracks in our lives for growth to happen. And we have to seek that. No, we have to find that purpose in our life. Yes, reality to purpose. Thank you, Joff. Ayan. So, you are in that reality for a purpose, and it is leading you to that opportunity of discovering that. Okay, to discovering your purpose in life. You are, as what I would put it, in that stage of life. Dalawa kasi yan, state of life and stage of life. Pag state of life, you're single, married, or you're in the holy orders or in the religious, di ba? State of life. Sa state of life mo na yan, maybe as a single person, if you're watching this, what is that stage of life you're in right now? Ano na ba ang mga realities at that stage of your life right now? What are your responsibilities at that stage of life you're at right now? Siyempre, kung bata ka pa, estudyante ka pa, your responsibilities are to your parents, to your siblings, and to your studies, right? Nung graduate na ka, your responsibilities are to yourself, no? If wala kang sinusuportahan, and if your family needs help, you help out at home. Those are your responsibilities. When you get married at that stage of life, your responsibilities are your own family, your own home, and there you go. No, so What is your purpose in that stage of life? At that stage of life. Next is learn as much as you can from the pain of your realities. No? So it leads us to the second opportunity, the opportunity of learning life lessons. Okay. So, kailan ba tayo natututo? Kailan ba tayo natututo? Nung nasaktan tayo. Ayan. 'Di ba? Yung natuto tayo na wag wag pumunta sa mga ganitong lugar. For example, like certain accident prone areas, no? Baka minsan na aksidente ka na doon natuto ka, iwasan yung lugar na 'yan. Naalala ko nabalian ako ng kamay, left no, grade 2 ako hanggang ngayon naalala ko pa. No? So dapat dahan-dahan ako sa pagbisikleta because I was reckless. So grade 2 pa yun, naalala ko yung problema na yun. Naalala ko yung pain of my reality before. Okay? Siguro you got heartbroken. Ayan, pag-usapan natin yan. You got heartbroken, natuto ka because of that heartbreak. It was a painful reality. It was a painful experience, but you learned a lot from that. Okay? Kaya masakit yun kasi kailangan mong matutunan yan. Kasi pag di ka natuto dyan, that pain will just be recurring. And sometimes when it's not painful enough, mauulit siya eh. No? Nauulit siya pag di masyado masakit. And not to contextualize na wag ka na magmahal ulit because loving is always a risk. Because when you love somebody, there's no guaranteed form there that you will not get hurt. In fact, you offer your love. You offer your love, and that person is free to respond in love with you, just like how God loves us. God offers His love, and we respond sometimes with our sins, di ba? So nasasaktan din si Lord, no? In a way, but that does not change the fact that you will love. So in those painful moments, ano yung natutunan mo? Have you learned to be bitter or have you learned to be better? Ganun din po, no? Kasi the pain of our realities can either make us bitter or better. So, it is still a choice, no? Yung iba, for example, nasaktan in being part of a group, organization, or community, nasaktan, no? Instead of becoming better because it's an opportunity to practice your virtues of patience, understanding, love, and humility kasi pinagdadasal mo, Lord, help me to be humble. Eh di, nagkaroon ka ng sitwasyon na gayon. So, you had an opportunity to be humble but you chose to be bitter, di ba? So, it's a choice. When you're in that reality, when you're experiencing that pain, when you feel that rejection, you feel being judged, bitter ba o better? Okay? So learn as much dun sa realities natin, sa mga pains natin. In fact, pwede mong isulat, what have I learned in my current reality? Sulat mo yan. Kasi hindi maalala ng ating utak yan. Hindi maalala ng ating mga puso din yan. Now, sulat mo. These are the things that I learned now that I'm going through these realities. Sulat number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In other words, have a journal. That journal can document your process and can really help your mind become organized. Diba? You can systematize your thinking and organize and arrange what you are thinking about right now by putting it all on paper. So, what are you learning from your current realities? That's number 2. So, that's the second opportunity na natin to. The opportunity of learning life lessons. The third opportunity is the opportunity to finally take action. So when you are facing your realities, it's a wake-up call. And you need to get up. Kailangan gumising ka na. It's a wake-up call. No? Pag sinabing wake-up call, usually when there's something tragic that's happening in society. For example, in the US, di ba? Super sakit. 19 children and some adults na namatay sa pagbabaril. Another wake-up call. parang ilang wake-up call pa ba ang kailangan para para i-ban na ang baril, di ba? So, maybe we have these certain wake-up calls that are happening in our lives. Ano ba yung recent mo na wake-up call? Ano bang nangyari sa buhay mo na shocking? 'Di ba ganun yung wake-up call eh. Parang antok na antok ka pa tapos tatawag yung front desk sa phone mo. This is your wake-up call. What? Maybe that current reality that you're facing right now is your wake-up call na kailangan mo ng asikasuhin. Kailangan mo ng tawagan, kailangan mo ng kausapin, kailangan mo ng ayusin, kailangan mo ng bayaran, kailangan mo ng ah, i- i-endorse, kailangan mo ng i-upgrade, no? Take action. And that reality that you're going through right now is the one that is an opportunity. Yan, opportunity po yan na kailangan ng ano na, galawin na to. Kasi magde-deadline na. Ayan. Okay? So, yes, it's hard to face realities lalo na pag years na nating hindi pinapansin yung isang bagay, pero baka magka-wake up call tayo. And when that happens, look at it as an opportunity na maayos na finally. Okay? All right. Sabi ni Chris Encarnado, experience is the best teacher. Thank you for your comment. Number 4, have faith that you can overcome your difficult situation. Realities of finances, realities of let's just say you're away from your family. You're alone, you're working hard, you're abroad. There's a reality that wow, ang lungkot, no? And yes, that's a reality. Finances are a reality, but it can also be an opportunity to increase your faith. Saan ka kakapit ngayon sa reality mo na yan? Kanino ka kakapit? Kay Lord, di ba? So it's an opportunity to increase our hope, our love for God, and our friendship with Him. I-increase natin yung mga bagay na yon. Yes, it's a difficult situation, and the more you are now clinging on to the person that can help you with that reality. Okay? The reality of God. The reality of God in our lives, di ba? When we are in our realities, God becomes more real, di ba? Lord, nararamdaman kita sa aking pagdurusa. Ayan, no? He becomes real and He becomes our hope, and we overcome that by increasing our faith. So again, this is the opportunity to increase your faith when you're faced with your realities, when you face your realities. Okay, so number 5, realities make us humble. Diba? Kasi nga, ito na yung sitwasyon, nakikita na natin, and this situation, talagang minsan, ang yabang siguro natin dati, kayang-kaya natin, we are boastful, and you're hit with this reality. And you may experience a bit of failure. You may experience a bit of humiliation. What happens? Do you get discouraged? You get humble. And if you look at the word humble, parang may ano din, HUM, di ba? Humiliation. Pero pag yung may humiliation, meron ding humility. And when we actually are faced with that humility or faced with that rejection or humiliation, then we become, sa pag sinabing condescended, we have become condescended. Na, binaba tayo. We are put at the back seat. We were demoted. Okay, masakit. That's the reality. Hindi ka natanggap, hindi ka na-acknowledge. Okay? And we become hurt, but we become humble at the same time. Kasi maybe it's a way for God to tell you, ang yabang mo na, no? Ang yabang mo na. Ang yabang na natin. And when you're humbled, that means you are actually being saved. You are saved because humility is the key to heaven. The humility is the mother of all virtues. And if your reality right now is making you humble, then praise God, because that humility will now be the gateway to wisdom. 'Di ba? Humility can bear a lot of fruits, and one of it is the wisdom. You know, the most successful people that I know, both in their careers and even in service, very humble people. Grabe. Very humble people. Walang yabang sa pananalita, sa kanilang buhay, very simple lives. Because, they have gained that wisdom and they know what is more important in life. All right. So, this is one thing, no? Realities really make us humble. And it's the opportunity to be wise. You know, you're in your reality, that can be an opportunity to become wiser. Okay, so that's number 5. All right, so the 5 ways to create opportunities out of our realities. Number 1, you are in that reality for a purpose. So the opportunity there is the opportunity to discover your purpose. Number 2, learn as much as you can from the pain of your realities. And therefore, this is an opportunity to discover life lessons. Now, number 3, it's a wake up call and you need to get up. Okay, so it's an opportunity to take action, to finally take action. Number 4, have faith that you can overcome your difficult situation. And this leads us to the opportunity to increase our faith. And 5th, realities make us humble, which leads us to the opportunity of becoming wiser. Okay, so that's our session for today, the 5 ways to create opportunities out of our realities. So let me know which of these 5 have made an impact on you, which of these 5 have made an you know made a realization in your life right now, or you were able to get inspired today and get fired up. Let me know. Or maybe there was something that was mentioned that has inspired you. Let me know, guys, and let's get fired up together. Ayan po. All right. So keep your comments coming. If you want to support the Fired Up Live show, be a patron. You can send stars and you can be a supporter in our Facebook. And of course, you can send through Gcash. That's one way as well. And just look at there in the comment section, or I mean in the description, you will see there the link to becoming one of our patrons. So thank you so much sa ating mga patron. Thank you sa mga supporters. Ayan po. So hey, over the months and over the years, sila po ang nagsusuporta sa Fired Up Live show and all of Fired Up Live content and endeavors. So mga unti-unti lang, no? It's a small amount, but it matters for the upkeep of our show and for the sustenance of our content creation. There you go. So thank you so much, guys. And hey, send stars. You can buy also my book at the fireduplifestore.com. 365 Fired Up Days. And you can also get me through your, if you need team building, leadership training. In fact, this Saturday, I have a team building with a group. Ayan po, to fire them up. So I also have this Passion 8 training program, which I give 8 core values that every employee should have. Ayan, number 4, there's that customized values formation. If you have a set of mga core values pero walang laman, pwede natin lamanan, no? Then I can customize it. And number fifth, number five or fifth is I'm also open to retreats and talks for your companies. So if they need spiritual recharging. What's up? Oh, Chris is saying realities make us humble because when you are confronted by reality, all what you believe in changes. Tama, no? So baka may mga sabi natin paradigm na mali yung paradigm natin, then the realities tell you, hey, shift your paradigm. Dapat ito yung gawin mo. Okay. Thank you so much for that, Chris. Ayan, no? So you can also visit firedupu.com if you want to learn about content creation. You know, you have a lot of content. Every day I post content, and this is how the Fired Up Life platform has grown. So I teach all of that inside Fired Up You. Lahat ng aking mga courses, it's just there. Visit it to learn how. All right, so that's it. Facing realities and creating better opportunities. Thank you so much, guys. And I had fun. It was a bit of a challenge to have this broadcast because there's so many calls happening at that time earlier. But hey, those are the realities of going live. And we faced it together, and this show ended as a new opportunity to engage with you guys. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. And you can also follow me on Instagram. You can look for Kirby Liaban. No, at Kirby Liaban. Just I'm like really posting a lot of content there as well. I'm also in Twitter at Kirby Liaban, and of course, mainly I'm here in Facebook at Kirby Liaban Fired Up Life. That's it. That's our show for today. Thank you so much for watching. And antabayanan po na because I might change time slots. I'm really testing out different time slots since the face-to-face are really happening already. So tingnan natin. If you can suggest a time slot for me that would be best, just put there in the comments. One person who watched last Tuesday said 7 p.m. daw ang best time. So what do you think? What do you think is the best time for the Fired Up Live show when we're back now to this F2F setup? That's it, folks. God bless you. And keep being fired up. Bye.